Hey everybody, it's Taylor with Boydston Grove, and today we're going to show you how to make some of these little flip cars and a really big track to race them on. Let's get into it. These little cars are known as flip cars or roller cars, and they were pretty popular back in the day, and they're actually starting to make a really big comeback as more and more parents are trying to cut back on their kids' screen time. What makes these cars so fun is they can flip over and keep going. Typically you see them on a track that is stacked in a zigzag pattern, so today we're going to show you how to make the cars, and we're going to show you how to make a big track that you can race them on. I started with the cars so I could use their size to get my measurements for the track size. I cut a piece of 1x2 to 3 inches long for the body of each car. I drilled holes in the body one size bigger than the dowel I planned on using so that the dowels would be able to spin freely. After getting a measurement for the dowels and cutting them to length, I glued a wheel on one end of each dowel. I'm using pre-made wheels that I ordered through Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. I used my bench sander to shape the bodies of the cars, but this step is optional. I decided to take my time and give each little race car a cool paint job.
Doesn't have to be a race car. Use your imagination.
The only thing that matters is who's behind the wheel.
After painting all the pieces, I could insert the dowels and glue the other wheels on, and the cars are done. I used some scrap pieces of 1/2-inch plywood for the track pieces. I cut a dado down the center of each track piece so I could insert a divider. For the track dividers and side rails, I resawed some leftover pieces of 1x4s to about 1/2 inch thick. Before starting the assembly, I rounded a corner on each end of the track dividers, and then I put a small roundover on all the rails, dividers, and legs. After assembling the tracks, I realized that I needed to add a piece on the track that will act as the bottom track. It'll make sense when I have it assembled. Before completing the assembly, I decided to paint the tracks. In hindsight, this would have been way easier if I had done it before assembling the tracks themselves.
Well, live and learn. At least we lived.
I used more of the 1x2 for the legs of the track. Assembly was a little tricky as I tried to figure out the best angles. It was basically a lot of guesswork. I added some pieces of plywood on the ends of the tracks to keep the cars from running off the ends. Now I thought about cutting off the excess of the two legs sticking up, but then I decided to take advantage of them and add a little something extra. Alright, our flip cars and our flip car track are finished. Let's go over a few of the details real quick. As you have noticed, the top and bottom track are sloped pretty severely, whereas the two middle tracks have more of a gradual slope. And this actually makes a big difference. The reason why is because these little flip cars are so incredibly light that when these wooden wheels hit the wooden sides of the track, it actually causes enough friction that if it hits just right, it'll stop the car from moving, as you can see right here. The solution that I came up with myself is I just took some wax that we use on furniture when we're refinishing furniture, and I rubbed it along the sides of the track, and that smoothed them out enough that it actually made a really big difference. I also used some other furniture finishing oil that we have, and I put it around the tires or wooden wheels of these little cars, and that helped also. Another solution that I thought of is that you could get some thumbtacks and stick them in the middle of your wheels, and that way it's that smooth surface of the thumbtack that's hitting the wall rather than the wooden wheel. And of course, you could avoid all of this by just making your tracks a lot steeper. Other than that, what's not to love about this project? It is so super cool. A super high racetrack that sends the cars flying out one end. You set this up at the end of a hallway, and this could be fun for hours. We work on a new project every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching, be safe, and have a great day.